Hello and good evening. My name is John. We are playing Arcade Game Series : PAC-MAN as part of my Steam cleaning series, where I go through every game in my Steam library eventually, then arbitrarily rate and or review them after we have a playtime. I know what Pac-Man is. This game came out before I was born, after I was born. This game came out. We know that. What is Pac-Man? Pac-Man is, of course, your classic dot gobbler. Your goal is to gobble as many dots as possible while the embodied spirits of those you have wronged chase you around a maze that represents the Syphilisian task of eternal suffering. I want to play a round or two. The most important thing to remember is that, you know, you don't have a time limit. So you want to just keep an eye out for situations that you could just avoid. Like, you don't have to do everything all at once. The ghosts all have different behaviors, and a lot of the time you want to gobble dots, and you want to just stay alive. Just, you know, progress across what whoop. Sorry, these ghosts are quick. Now the thing is that the ghosts are faster on corners, I think. I could be wrong. They are faster than you when you're eating, so they can catch you while you're eating. You know, the biggest thing is that you gotta just keep moving. You gotta keep gobbling them dots. You know, sometimes stop for a cherry. You know, you and I both are fans of that. I played a fair number of Pac-Man games in my time. The key thing to remember is that the power pellets are a lie. The reason I say that is because after you get a little ways in, they barely last at all, and you can't really rely on them. They just basically make the ghosts turn around. Do I think Pac-Man's a good game? Oh gosh. No. It's a classic game. When I think about what would I choose to be a good game, you know, it's a very tough question because I got strawberry achievement. Because, you know, part of the factors here is that it is a classic, and it's hard to like look at the Pac-Man and go like, well, you know, they should have added spaceships or rocket launchers or, you know, numerous other elements to this, because, you know, as you know, that's not the game. You know, the game is what's on the page here. And in the 1970s or early 1980s, you know, games were simpler back then. And I'm not saying that they were worse. I'm just saying, like, you know, for a quarter you were expecting, you know, 20 minutes of play, let's say, on a good day. Little intermission movie here. Pac-Man does not actually grow in this game. Would I recommend someone play Pac-Man? Now that's an interesting... Oh, okay. You know, that's an interesting question. I mean, the short answer is no. I got caught. Eating gobbling dots is just too slow sometimes, you know? You know, my short answer is no. There's not a lot of variety in the mazes. The AI is pretty straightforward. Like, if I was actually to be a Pac-Man connoisseur and study the behaviors of Inky Blinky, man, the tots, what is it? What are their names again? I got Inky, Blinky, Winky, and we'll see it now. Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. They all have different behaviors. I mean, I guess I owe Pac-Man more than 5. That's a jam. More than 5 minutes. Oh, there we go. Oh, start round. Did I not set that? Defaults. All right, I don't care about leaderboards. Start game. Oh, I can't start on rounds I haven't gotten to, and there's 256 boards. Well, yeah. So what is, you know, the underlying factors that make this game a classic? Well, it's just one of those things where you as a player, I got. You as a player have a lot of drive. You know, it's the high score. Like every time you play, you're like, well, I can get a couple more. I can gobble a few more dots. I can get that progress I need to get a high score or improve my basic skill. I'm just doing terribly. You know, it's kind of hard to like make excuses while playing. And to some extent, that is one of the weaknesses and the advantages of this game, is that if you are invested in what it takes to get a high score, you can easily get a high score, or sorry, you can easily get that motivation to push you to further and further heights. But if high scores are not a factor for you, then you're kind of just like, well, I'm not, like, this board is not that much different than the previous board. I'm not going to show this score to anybody. I'm not going to be in a 70s arcade. I'm not going to compare this against other activities that I could be driving here. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, I think Pac-Man's a classic. I think it's a good core competency of like what games were and where games are going. Or oh no, I got. But when you look at it and go like, okay, this is what the game is, and I go and look, do I recommend someone pay $2.50 for this? I mean, price always matters, you know. I mean, this is a pretty cheap price, but like, that's it. I'm done. I played 7.5 minutes worth of Pac-Man, and for the most part, I'm satisfied. Like, if I want to play some Pac-Man, I'll go play some Pac-Man against like Pac-Man Championship DX or something like that, which is a game I just think is simply great. Just bops. But in this situation, I'm like, yeah, cool. It's a classic. Did I need to do any more than this? No. Would a YouTube video have sufficed? Yeah. Probably better play too. Yeah, so I mean, arcade game series Pac-Man, it is exactly what it says it is. Would I put a recommendation on people to buy and play this game? No. It's just, there are free versions of it. Like, you shouldn't need to buy this game of Pac-Man to experience Pac-Man, nor do you need to experience Pac-Man to appreciate what games have done. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not in that camp. Cheers.